What? I'm
Wait,
here.
what?
I'm
Wait,
awake.
who? What?
No, I'm not awake. I'm really
Uh,
not. Let's go.
Welcome to
Come on.
episode 128 of Ripping the Rack podcast. You have
Hey,
Calvin, King of the North. Not
well,
not so much King
I'll,
anymore. I think
I'll,
he's been
I'll,
dethroned.
I'll, for today, for today, I will be the Queen of the North, and I will pass my crown
Hey,
to
Brian.
Corey Smith. Hi, Brian. I
Hi.
will pass my crown to Corey Smith, who finished very well today and beat me by 7 pins. So congratulations, Corey Smith. You got me one day.
So Corey is the official King of the North, is what you're saying?
For the day. It's like a key to the city. I gave him the crown for the day. Like you get it for the day. Like it's Corey Smith Day today. That's
So October 9th will be recognized as the official Corey Smith Day.
official Corey Smith King of the North Day.
And Canadian Thanksgiving.
Sure. We'll give him Thanksgiving. It'll be like a turkey day. It'll be like the Corey Smith Turkey Day. Why not? I'm ecstatic.
Fair enough.
So
Fair
with
enough.
that, I'm gonna go through my Canada stuff because I have a hockey draft I need to kind of sort of focus on as we're doing this
Can I at least
podcast.
introduce
Right?
our third member?
Okay, go for it. We can introduce them.
Joining us after a prolonged absence, the Coastal Crusader, Mr. Brian Athern.
Hey everybody, what's going on? My voice is absolutely shot. I had a
Yeah, how
weekend.
was the weekend?
It was awesome. I got to go to Denver and participate in RMP's Shocktober weekend, Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling, where I did commentary for 5 of their upcoming episodes and ring announcing. So that's why my voice is garbage right now.
Man, that's awesome.
It was a good time. I got to
Yeah.
meet Sin Bodhi, formerly Kizarni in WWE, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
Nice.
that'd be a lot of fun.
And I got back in at 5:30 this morning.
Sweet.
That's okay.
I bowled all day, so I like yours.
I
better
worked
than
all
mine.
day.
Yeah. You worked on a holiday, Timothy? How dare you?
It's not a holiday.
It is because it's
How dare you?
It's
I'm
the
sorry, but
truth.
I don't celebrate a guy who raped, pillaged, and plundered all of his entire life and everything else.
But
Columbus can
that's
go
why
suck a bag of
it's
twat
Indigenous
waffles.
People Day.
Bag of twat waffles.
But they changed
Good
it. It's
Lord.
Indigenous People Day.
I don't know. People are calling it Columbus Day,
All
and
right,
some people
we're
call
all-
it Indigenous People Day.
I call
Calvin,
it Canadian
you know what?
Thanksgiving.
We're all
Calvin,
done with this.
you go do your thing.
We're all done with this. All right, here we go. So, congratulations to Corey Smith, the winner today of the 12-string tournament in Woodstock. The we want to thank everybody who came, and as well J. Scott Carpentry for sponsoring. They gave the $1,000 first place prize, so thank you very much, J. Scott Carpentry. You probably will never watch this, but I'll give you your plug. Thank you for that, J. Scott Carpentry. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a carpentry business, so if anybody in Woodstock who's listening to this, J. Scott Carpentry, look them up if you need some work done. So Corey Smith, yes, the winner, 1506, 125 average for the day. Finished with a big, I think it was 88, 410, 420. So he finished big, and unfortunately he got enough to pass me. So I ended up second place at 1499, just under a 125 average. But I beat the crap out of that shitty Josh Daly guy. I beat him. Take that, Josh Daly.
So you invite him up for Thanksgiving and then you beat him.
I know, right? So let's give him something. I want to give him some credit because he half used his head. So with this tournament, what BJ was doing, he hesitated. So that's why I say he half used it. So as we see on Tim's little feed here, there are little boxes that are around some of the strings, because what BJ did is that he paid out the high single of every lane $50. So for the day. So as we see over here in the 10th string, there's a nice red box around my name. Josh Daly and I were the very last people to bowl on lane 10 before it was paid out. So he had finished, he bowled second, and he had finished with 151. And I got up next after him, and I was 117 in the eighth. And I threw a mark, and I put 7 on it, and I spared up the mark, and I turned around to Josh. I said, I will shake your hand right now, and we will split the winnings, and I will throw my last ball, and whoever wins, wins, but we'll split it. Or I can throw my ball, but if I beat you, you get nothing. So he hesitated because he didn't think I could put the 8 on it to beat him, and I ended up throwing 9 on it to beat him by 2 pins. He shook my hand before it, though, and made the deal, and so we split that string $25 each. So it was
always better to be,
to be
it's better
safe
to
than
have a little
sorry.
bit of
Some money is better than no money.
That's right.
So yeah, so that was all handed out. So $50 each circled or squared box or red or black, whichever box is around it. As we can see in the 8th string, the highest string of the day on lane 8 was 119. So that will give you an indication of if the people who were watching or weren't watching, if you ever find these streams, because Adam posted a lot of, Adam Melanson has all the videos from today. So if you want to go on if you have him on Facebook, he can, and they're shared on Candlepin chat as well. So if you want to go view those videos and watch it, but it was a very tough day. It was, I don't know if it was the cold temperatures are finally starting to affect the pins, or if it was just kind of how it is there, but it was interesting to say the least. Tough, and you had to be very sharp. And we go by each lane here, we can see. So on lane 1, he had them broken down. So on lane 1, the average was 105.6. On lane 2, the average was 98. On lane 3, the average was 99.5. On lane 4, the average was 112. On lane 5, the average was 100. Lane 6, 108. Lane 7, 112. Lane 8, 100. Lane 9, 115. Lane 10, 113. Lane 11, 114. Lane 12, 103. And there were, and then we have the Adam Melanson plunge. That was beautifully captured by himself and posted. Yeah, that was.
God.
It's a new way to slide, huh?
I agree with Corey's comment. He goes, "This might be the greatest picture I've ever seen in my life."
Yeah, it's a new sliding technique he's practicing. So it was interesting. It was fun to watch. So.
Oh God, was that towards the end too?
I think no. That looks. I can't.
That looks like lane 11, 10. That looks like lane 8.
Can you zoom in? Is that
okay. That's lane 9 right there. So he's got to be on lane 8.
Oh, okay. So lane 8. So that would have been 3 strings before the end. So yeah, the 10th string.
Oh God, so he's been bowling all day.
Yeah, but I think he did it. He said he did it twice. He said he fell in the 2nd string too. He's got all his videos, so you could just watch to see if he falls. But yeah. So yeah, it was rather sticky. For the first time, I actually powdered my shoes and had to slide very odd. Like I thought a couple times that I was gonna blow out my hamstring or something because I felt something get really tight, stopping up real fast. So it was a tough day. Also, this weekend in Canada was the Maritime Seniors. So a bunch of old guys went and bowled. They had 14 teams. I think they were comprised of 4 bowlers or more to a team. It was only 4 guys at a time. Winners were Greg Clues. If I remember correctly, it was Greg Clues, Bert Bernier, and Mo Isfield, Ray Brun. I can't remember the other guy. So they ended up with a 60 and 18 record. Second place was Halifax bowler Emma 2. which had a 53-25 record, and third place was Moncton at 48-30. The big highlight coming out of that was the incredible 214 thrown by Jerry Dunn. Congratulations, Jerry. You did it on the wrong day, the day that I wasn't there to watch you. So it would have been really nice to watch. But Kevin Grattan, I believe, got the last 2 boxes. I don't know if Tim, were you able to find that? We could pull it up and watch his last 2 boxes.
Yep. Bear with me 1 second. That's as you were talking about that, I was just just trying to pull it up.
So yeah, 214. They were only doing 2 string matches, so we didn't really get to see how big his triple could have been. But I think he had 120 with it, so it was a 334 double, which is still pretty incredible.
It's huge.
Yeah, he had it was a very good string. Chris Cooper's. Oh, did Chris Cooper do the whole string? Angela, is that true? Do we actually have the full string recorded?
Is it the full? Is it the full string, Angela, or is it?
I mean, if we can get the full string somehow, I would.
I'd love to see the full string, but I'm going to pull up.
Oh, okay.
It's not under Chris Cooper. It's
OBD. We just have the last 2 string or the last 2 boxes.
Yeah.
I can find it here too.
No, I've got it right here. I'm just.
Okay. He posted the last 2 boxes. Okay, yeah. So 214. I don't remember. That was one thing I forgot to get up there was what the boxes were. If I can find it here quick on Candlepin chat. Yeah, so he had double strike to start with a 9 on it, spared it up, and then put 9 on that and spared that up. Then threw a triple with a 9 on that, and then a 7 in the 8th box, and then you got a 10 in the 9th box and a spare strike to finish. So he had basically 5 strikes and 2 9 drops, 3 9 drops, 5 strikes and 3 9 drops. So he should have probably had 8 strikes in a row. Just crazy good string.
So this is the start of the 9th box, correct? Because he got the last 2 boxes, right?
Yeah.
And apparently, whoever is videoing this must have like Parkinson's or something.
That would probably be Kevin, I assume.
No, this is Chris, isn't it?
I thought it was Kevin's.
Oh no, Chris is live. That's right, he was live on this one.
Oh. Okay. That's so.
I couldn't tell who was bowling against.
At this point, I think my legs would be shaking. Like.
Yeah.
It was a good ball. It looks like a 7 pin break. I can't really see it.
Yeah, I think it's triangle. And if I'm not mistaken, that wood rolls back.
Yeah, it rolls kind of perpendicular to the front pin of the triangle.
Yeah.
All right, chat. While we're watching this, Calvin is picking 3rd in his hockey pool and needs to know who you think he should take. And Angela, if you post a Canadian person's name, I will kick you off of this chat.
Brad Marchand.
And that as well. Don't give me Brad Marchand. I will kick you off of this chat.
Pasternak?
Oh, maybe. I don't really want to, but
I'd think of McKinnon.
Yeah.
If he's available. Draisaitl, if Draisaitl's available, if someone doesn't take him second.
I think it's going to be between Draisaitl and McKinnon because
so he got the 10 on this box, so he's sitting at right now he's at 194.
Yeah,
with a box to go, and I know, I've been in this situation a couple of times and shit in my pants. You can't help but not think about this.
Whoa,
you can't help but not think about this.
Well, of course not.
And it's just a missile. I mean, that's.
Oh yeah, he just obliterates it.
Yeah.
That rack evaporated.
Oh yeah. I had about 4 of those balls today and 9 pin drops. Yeah. I don't Don't get
The last time the Worlds were in Moncton, I had the pleasure of bowling Jerry in the very first match of the week, and he bowled the high triple for the week against me. So that was fun.
So it must be that Fairlanes is his house then.
He went 443 or something against me in that first match of the week.
The only time of the week the plates are done.
Yeah. Oof.
Well, they're usually done Monday.
Well done for the singles, and then they won't be touched probably the rest of the week.
Hey, you don't do them in between shifts.
I know.
That's
I know, but they
common
should be
occurrence
done every
tournaments
day.
here.
They should
You're gonna
be.
do them once.
Yeah.
And that was ripped. That
Oh
was
yeah,
that ball was ripped.
that was close to a double.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Honestly, sometimes like it's so unfortunate. I wish we had the chips implanted in our brain that records everything so that we could always just go view and relive it all, because that would have been fun to see his whole string. Like, and you think of like, our mixed worlds at 2019. Like if we had that whole string, I remember there were 6 or 7 shots made in that match, like that were just crazy shots, and people were just making them left, right, and center. Like that would have been good to see that whole match. But
I'd love to. The only video that's like, I'd love to go back and see some of the teams I've been on, some of the big stuff. I'd love to go back and see some of my stuff.
Yeah.
But
Of course you would.
I would.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you wouldn't want to go back and see your 480, that 470.
Yeah, the 470 would be fun to relive.
I was going to say, I don't care who you are.
I was more so giving you shit, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I turned it around. I played the reverse Uno card.
The reverse Uno.
Dude, I love the soccer guy that brought that out with him.
Oh my God, yes.
One of the refs go to give him a yellow card. He just holds up the reverse card in front of him.
Yeah,
I saw that. That was funny.
It was
okay. Last thing in the
Great White
Canadian tournaments, the 20 stringer at Avon Valley Lanes happened, and by a resounding amount, 121 pins, Ryan Cox was your winner with a 25.54 for 20 strings, averaged 127.7. Congratulations, Ryan.
Good
that
bowling,
was
man. That's
impressive
awesome.
bowling, sir, to average 127 on those lanes for 20
Where was that?
strings.
Where was that again? Oh,
At
Avon Valley.
Avon Valley,
Yeah.
yes, at the Dugays.
Yeah.
I think he had 6 or 7 150s. I can't remember. He was on fire. He had three 150s. I think he had 5 130 pluses. He had 6 120 pluses, couple 113s, couple 115s. He was just a machine all day. He never had a string under 112.
That's okay,
all
Nico.
day.
We know there was another 200 string. You calm down a little bit. We're
Yeah,
getting there. We're in the Canadian side of things right now.
Yeah, we're talking Canada, Nico. Have a sip of your American whatever you got right there, and just chill out. Ryan
It
Cox.
was the boogeyman. Okay.
Okay,
I thought that's who it was. I thought it was Dennis, but I couldn't quite tell with the.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. Adam Melanson second, 24-33, 14 pins over Brett Adams, who was 2 pins over Jerry Dunn. So they're the top 4 right there. So good bowling there. Upcoming, I believe I saw that the Windsor Ladies Open is canceled for this weekend. There wasn't enough interest, unfortunately. Next weekend, I don't know if the Amherst Kingpin mixed handicap tournament's going on October 21st or 22nd. I don't see any of the Amherst posts, but I'm sure somebody listening might. Don't know if that's going on, but that's on the 21st and 22nd. There's a singles handicapped October 21st at Unbelievable Lanes. Not sure if that's going on. I haven't seen anything. Battle of the Sexes at Avon Valley Lanes. And then the Scotch doubles at Bears Road, October 28th. The Battle of the Sexes, was October 22nd. So that's a little schedule for that. And then we're into Worlds. So yay, bowling.
All right.
I got to go draft. You guys are up.
Still pay attention though.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm
I-
going to be paying attention, but my face is going to be like this.
I know you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
and
God.
everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, Calvin is really paying attention tonight.
Yeah, this guy or that guy.
That's impressive."
Shit. This guy or
Um,
that guy.
What's going on, Brian? Down here, we got the ICBA Candlepin Championship. That is
Yes,
this
we do.
weekend. That is October 14th at Big 20 at noon o'clock at high noon. For the ladies, we have Caitlin Zaleski, Glennis McKinley, Maddie Riva, Sonia Johnson, Shannon Scribner, and Vanessa Huff. And on the men's side, we got Nick Norcross, Corey Packard, Josh Daly, Nick Leach, Mark Smith, and John Sear. This is a 5-string winner take all. Men and women. So good luck, folks, bowling in that.
There's a benefit tournament.
Nico,
Friday.
no, my speech is not done. I am most likely going to wing it. I have written it, I don't know, 3 or 4 different times. And each time I'm like, I'm going to forget someone. And then finally I just said, screw it. I will probably just ad-lib the whole damn thing. Anyway, what was that, Brian?
There's a benefit tournament Friday night at 1710 in Augusta.
Yes.
To benefit Kai Hunt and his family, who lost pretty much everything in a house fire a couple weeks ago. Contact Kobe Carrier for that. It is a 9-pin best box.
That is correct. I forgot that was this weekend or this Friday.
This Friday. And then this Sunday is the once a month in Augusta, I believe.
Okay. Let's see. We've got... where'd it go? Let's see. The Candlepin Hall of Fame dinner tickets end tomorrow. Reach out to Maria at the ICBA to get tickets. That is for the induction ceremony on Saturday, October 21st. I believe it will be live streamed, I believe. I don't know if that's the case or if they're just recording it and then we'll post. I'm not sure. We've got Candlepins for Cancer smashed a record, according to Paul Grant, for their fundraising at Agawam Bowl. That was yesterday. They raised $2,784, including 20 WOW shirts sold. And on that same note, Brandon Martins and Austin Valley winning the Candlepins for Cancer any doubles 90% tournament in Agawam. They split $1,200. 5 playoff teams cashed. Craig Wester, Chris Lafreniere. Oh my God, I think I just nailed that right on the first time.
I think so.
That's pretty good. And Greg has just announced that it's undecided whether we'll go live or recorded. However, third was Tim Hessert and Angel Morales. Fourth was Andrew Verdakis and Andrew Tyrion. And fifth was Melanie Penny and Sherelle Nealand. I almost said Nyland, but that would be a hockey player. So, good job, guys and girls. Sorry, ladies, not girls.
Are you sure?
No.
Some of them may not be ladies.
Do we have results of anything, Brian? Has anyone sent us anything?
Not really. I haven't got anything. Of course, I've been in Colorado for the last 5 days. So,
couple of shout outs. Alana Brown, first triple strike that she threw. She ended up with a 143. That was her first triple strike. That was at Academy. That was on Friday night, I believe. So great job, Alana. And then, of course, Petey Pete.
What a string.
Oh, man.
And we are going to watch that string, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
100% we are going to watch it.
Even
Matter
in the
of
fast
fact,
forward mode, I loved it.
let's
Yeah.
let's
Oh,
get this.
Tim and I were talking about this before the show, and we'll talk about it now. I don't think I've ever seen a better string. Like for even like I know you score well, but sometimes even you have like a bad ball. He had no bad balls in
No.
this string. It was
Everything was perfect.
Look,
he threw
honestly.
that ball in the pocket and it just exploded like every ball.
and
It's
here's the thing. We've all seen a lot of good bowling. We've seen big strings, we've seen big series, we've seen a lot of really cool shit in this game. This right here, out of every string that I have ever seen in the history of Evers, is the best string I've ever seen from beginning to end. Period. End of story. I don't care the house that this was bowled in. I heard someone say, well, it was at Millis. I don't give a shit. Every ball was where it needed to be. Every ball was in the pocket. Every ball was on the object pin. This was the best string I have ever seen. And so let's watch it.
Yeah, let's absolutely watch it.
Tim, and to pick up on what was said there, do we take things away from Tiger because he played at different golf courses that may have been easier? Like, we don't do that in any other sport.
No, so why do we do it in bowling?
Right.
I mean, this
10-pin face.
Like right in the face.
Yeah.
And you watch, I mean, did he get it? Look, he was in the 1-3 pocket.
Yeah.
And it splashed.
He was a little
like
that's a missile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets up and does
I gotta go back and watch that because I was looking at the wrong. No, okay. So there's this one here, and I want to just pause it a quick second. The only thing on that one right there, and I'm pointing to the screen like people can see me pointing to the screen.
Right.
I'll use my mouse here.
You go. Use your mouse.
Is if you watch, the only difference between this is you could see the ball is tracking just a tad full.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it splashes
because it splashes.
He throws a good rotation.
Right.
And then
you can
and then this one right here was just
a missile.
That's a missile.
I mean, I don't care where you are.
And then another one.
And then
bam,
another one.
like just crushes it.
That was an identical ball. They were identical.
Watch the I think it's the 7-pin that comes off, I think. Yeah, goes up and down and takes out the so now he's over on the right. Nothing wrong with that ball.
No,
that's a rocket ball right there.
And
here's your 5. He crossed over.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of a okay. There it is. You know what I mean? That one right there.
You can't say it wasn't hit.
No. The only thing I'm saying is this ball right here. Out of all of them, if you want to criticize anything, might be this ball, and it was still in the 1-2 pocket. It should have gone that first time it got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's most impressive is there's a lane breakdown.
Yep. Oh, that was
in the middle of
he's gone 9-pin drop. He's thrown a 5-bagger.
And then we have
now you have a lane breakdown.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I'm already quivering in my boots after the 5th one, let alone having a lane breakdown and going, oh, great. Now I'm just like not as in the zone. And now I'm just.
And it's like you've thrown 5 in a row. Oh, the belt came off the return. Oh, that sucks. But that's a pretty quick fix, though. I mean, and I know this is in fast motion, but I mean, what was it? 4 or 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Dan, was it? You were there. Was it 4 or 5 minutes or so? Maybe. So what does PD do here? That's a bomb too.
Yeah.
For the
Just-
six
yeah,
bagger.
just- oh yeah, bam.
The
And
same
just-
ball he
oh,
threw
yeah.
about 3 boxes ago for the triple.
Yep.
Like it was.
So
just,
now he's gone 9-pin drop,
yeah.
6 bagger.
That little crossover's tough, but yeah,
6 and a 9 wiggle. He just got a touch full.
yeah.
And that's a tough wood. That's an angled wood. Played it great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
played it great.
I didn't even.
Played
You know
on the
what? I
inside.
just noticed that. I didn't even notice that the first time I saw that.
Oh really? Yeah.
No.
It's a bad angle. He has to play that high.
Oh my god! Yeah, because if he goes low,
He goes
well,
in front of
He
it.
goes in front of it.
That wood's
yeah,
no
but-
good back there. It's
because
flat.
he's not touching it either, is it?
No, it's flat and it's behind it. It doesn't matter though. He wouldn't
doesn't.
even. I don't even think he would have needed the wood. Honestly,
This is where he got unlucky right here. I think he got unlucky. That's right in the
Oh
pocket.
yeah, yeah. That was a missile.
See, I thought he hit it too.
I don't know how the ball jumped over the other wood. I really don't. I mean, I know it's physics, but
I mean, I guess the only thing you could say is you hope you come out a little further, maybe right off the cap. I guess.
yeah. But then you worry about pool cueing it into the gutter and it goes by the left side of the other pin.
I thought he got. He shouldn't have been shooting at that anyway with that first. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's Candlepin bowling. You know, the guy's bowling's got a decent string going, 116 and 2 balls with a
He's
ball.
down 100.
Yeah.
He's down 100.
That one, he got totally screwed. Little full, but he didn't deserve that. But right in the face for the 10.
Yeah.
I mean,
just picking pins.
never a doubt.
Hit everything he threw at.
It's a great string. That again. That's to me, out of everything I've seen, that's the best string I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was very good.
I mean, I saw Phil Bernatchez throw his 230. Was it 230?
235.
235 up in Bangor in the Worlds.
Yeah.
The
But I
lane
thought-
breakdown is what makes it incredible for me.
Oh yeah.
Get up and throw a bomb after sitting for 5 or 6 minutes
Yeah.
on that half, or on that score.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ken, you're absolutely right. You know, many head pin hits. You're absolutely right. It just, he had, you know, again, the last split is the only one that I truly think he got screwed on. But, I mean, he was full.
Yeah.
But a hell of a string. That's
Absolutely.
just absolutely hell of a string. I don't know how we follow that.
I don't know either.
I don't either.
That was
What we got coming up? Oh, Can-Ams. I forgot about Can-Ams. Can-Ams is coming up in like 2 weeks.
Enjoy and have fun.
yeah, Brian, are we going to that concert?
I will have an definitive answer for you tomorrow. But did you see? And this is way off top. But if you're interested in comedy, Jimmy Carr's coming to the State Theater in April.
I saw that.
I want to go.
I saw that.
Jimmy Carr's awesome.
Jimmy Carr's great.
I wish they.
We can't play any of his stuff on this show.
Oh God, no! Except his laugh.
No. Yeah, Can-Am's coming up. Good luck to all those at bowl. There's a
Try not to make anybody angry.
minor. There is a minor tournament coming up in Moncton here in a couple weeks, in about less than a month.
Yep.
Just
Got the
some
men-
little one.
Got the men's worlds coming up. You got the Thanksgiving
And the Ladies' Worlds, is that before or after ours?
in Halifax. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's after. It's at the
Is it
end of it.
after?
They go the Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's a week before.
No, it's the week after.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got Timmy Lipke's Thanksgiving tournament.
Handicap doubles.
Handicap doubles. You can enter 842 times if you want with different partners.
I like it.
You've got. I feel like we're missing because people don't send us stuff. I feel like then I got to go searching and it bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I'm missing one. The 15 stringer at Lita.
Yes.
Part of their Triple Crown.
Right.
When is that? Is that this weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, no, yes.
Or is it next weekend?
Who's listening?
Who's listening? Come on, someone tell us.
Oh, is going north of the border. Yes, I don't know. I hope that works.
Really?
The Wi-Fi at the Worlds is rough.
Yeah.
So I hope they can get something upgraded. I'm hoping like maybe if they can get like a 1 month upgrade or something so that the Wi-Fi is a lot better. I really hope it works. We always have a rough time doing recordings there.
The thing is, and what probably needs to be done, and there's no way you can get everybody to agree to this, but if you can limit the number of devices that people have on that Wi-Fi system,
yeah,
you can greatly increase the strength. But that requires you to say, no, don't get on the Wi-Fi.
I won't be on the Wi-Fi, so because I can't stand that Wi-Fi anymore. So yeah, there's a Greg, if whoever is going to be there. There is actually literally a booth that you guys can sit at and do the announcing, and you can actually see multiple lanes. I know it's tough with camera angles and stuff like that, but there is literally a booth because they use it for DJing that you could sit and actually commentate and hopefully see the screens, and you could probably commentate on like 12 different matches that are going on because you could see every scoreboard. But,
you can see 12 to 24, I think, from there pretty easily.
It'll be tough to see like the 1 to 4 and then like the 20 to 24. But you could probably easily see 5 to like 18 or 19 every scoreboard, and you could tell which team is who and everything. So yeah, change the Wi-Fi. It's tough.
That's great.
Oh, awesome.
So Greg, Paul, Bob, and Dan Castle are going so far. That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, there's literally a booth that you guys could sit in and not be bothered and can commentate, whatever. But
well, you can't guarantee they won't be bothered.
Oh,
it's right by the bathrooms, man.
Well, I guess the bathrooms, yeah, it's a little different.
There is a 9-pin trios tourney. Teams of 3 capped at 340. 10-string tourney at Central Park Lanes in East Boston. It's $75 per bowler. $225 per team. December 3rd at 10 a.m.
Wait, I'll give a popular answer to this that I've heard before. That's too far. Too far.
Oh, Brian's a little feisty.
I'm just tired.
That's nice. Maybe we need what grinds Brian's gears.
I don't have the voice for it tonight. No.
All right. Calvin, have you drafted yet?
We're 2 picks in. Yeah, it's great.
Who have you taken?
I have McKinnon, William Nylander, and I think Jake Ottinger in Dallas.
So you're 3 picks in.
Yeah, 3 picks in now.
We're
on
2.
our 4th pick. I know.
Yeah.
I thought I only had 2, but I see that I had 3.
So the payouts for 20 teams will be 1,500, 1,000, 500, and 300. Let's see. Here we have John Winchell with a smooth 190 string.
Smooth.
Nice job, buddy. That was it.
And also punching a double Worcester.
Yeah, that was fun.
And punching a double Worcester. That was fun.
Yeah.
What we call a full Worcester, I guess.
A great day. Yeah, it's a full
I have
Worcester.
only seen it one other time.
Doug Smith in Moncton.
And no, Fredericton.
Oh, was it Freddie? Oh, yeah, it was Freddie.
Fredericton in the Worlds in 2016?
15.
The only time it was Fredericton. Wow, aside from
that was the only other time I've ever seen that. And even then I was like, wait, what the hell did I just witness?
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
So I did bowl first time in 5 months last week.
I'm so proud of you.
I did have a triple strike. I threw a 168 my second string, and then it was all downhill. I subbed for Brian, and
Thank you, Tim.
I realized that 5 strings is too much. My back can't do it. So
Okay.
I will.
We
I
know
will
your
be
limit.
Yeah. So I will probably.
So he's good for 22 strings in a couple. In a month.
I am good
Easily.
for maybe 6 strings in the world, maybe 3 on Tuesday and 3 again on Friday, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I went. I tried it. I had fun for
How
2
many
strings.
points do we take?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I had no handicap. Couldn't tell you. They had to.
You can't do math at the end?
No, I left. Went home. We bowled the dummy team. It was great. You know what? I want to watch. I'll answer a question here while I pull something up here. Wayne Petty, our friend from Michigan, wants to know, will the induction ceremony be broadcast? Well, Greg has answered that. That it will either be live streamed or recorded. And the date and time, Saturday, October 21st. I don't know what time. 5:30? 6? 6:30? Somewhere in that.
One of the guests of honor, and you don't know when to be there. This is Tim. This checks so many boxes.
I know hey, I've never been late to a tournament. So I know the thing starts at like 4:30 with hors d'oeuvres and hors d'oeuvres and stuff. Yeah. And does Tim have his speech written yet? I've already answered that. Asked and answered. And if so, can he preview anything? Sure. Thank you.
This baseball game sounds like it's insane. What is going on? Oh my goodness, they just walked it off.
Who did?
The Braves just walked it off.
Oh, they're so lucky.
Go Diamondbacks.
And has there ever been discussions of having a physical address for the Hall of Fame, like a Cooperstown for Candlepins? A museum with history and memorabilia would be a nice place to visit. I have
buildings are expensive.
Yeah. Can Calvin tell us how 2 New Brunswickers got into the Hall of Fame? I can. They were nominated.
I don't even know who's in the Hall of Fame for Canadians.
That's the only way you can get in. You got to be nominated.
Yeah. What would they do if they got nominations? Are they just going to write back and say no, thank you? Like,
no. It's honestly, Ken. It's they get in by being nominated and got voted in. That's the only way you can get in. So, I don't know. I don't think they have to be a part of a association to be nominated, as long as there's verifiable evidence of scores and records and stuff. So I believe there's a hell of a lot more Canadians that could and should be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
I mean, just take that whole Fredericton team that won their first Worlds in '93.
Yeah, absolutely. Every one of them.
You had, who was that? That was Hal Peterson. It was Kansas Snow. It was
Kenny Hopper.
Don Gothier.
Claude.
Claude LeBlanc.
And Guy. I think Guy.
Was it Bob Doothwaite on that?
Bob Doothwaite, yeah.
He was there. And
yeah, he was there for.
That final is actually on YouTube. If anybody wants.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, it's an incredible finals. They just go back and forth.
Yeah,
and it's insane when they start out the broadcast, and there's 8 guys in the top 10 or whatever that have all over 130 some average going into the finals. Like 8 of the top 10 or the 5 lineup or whatever, I think is 128 and above or something like that. It's crazy. It's
just,
okay.
It's funny is I happened to look because I was curious with the folks that were being inducted. I was curious, one, who I knew, like how many had I bowled against, and I looked down through and I looked at the first year that I bowled the men's worlds, and like I personally had a great year. Great week. I bowled every string. I averaged 132 for the week, and I'm like, holy shit, I averaged 132, and that was just inside the top 10. Like, it wasn't even remotely close to the top. There were like 6 guys that were 137 and up to 140.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Was that the year? Was that the year that Tony and
no,
Peter Flynn both averaged 140?
nope, that was in Fredericton. That was 2000. 2000. That was 93 or 95. I can't remember which one.
I know, I think Peter had 10 400s out of 11 matches.
Yeah, that was all. He's done that a couple of times because he did
That's
it in
nuts.
Bangor.
That's
He did it in
insane.
Bangor too. Can you explain why the averages were so high in the 90s?
People took care
yeah.
of the alleys. The plates were
I-
done. Equipment. People bowled more because it was less expensive. Let's keep going on.
Yeah. What kind
People
of
had more time to bowl.
Yeah.
If you look at plastic pins coming into the, when did they really come in? I don't even know when they really came in. 50s and 60s, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Scores went up, and then scores went up again in the 70s, and then it really shot up in the 80s and 90s. And
is that when they started putting sidewalls and stuff on?
Most houses had sidewalls, but they started really taking care of the places by, going. You'd have places that they'd be ICBA sanctioned, but they would be at the bare minimums. The curtain was as close to the deck as it could get, without being out of sanction. You had the sidewalls were as thick as they could get without being, you had your gutters that were gutters, but they were at the minimum depth. So the other thing is you didn't have video games like you have now. Kids these days, and I hate to say kids these days.
Hey, old man, get off.
No, I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying they have far more access to things to do than to go bowling.
Yeah.
It's video games, it's computers, it's a lot of kids these days, when they get up to that 14 years old, they start working because now they want a car, which they can have at 15 and 16. So there's more, especially here in the mid-coast. How many lobstermen do we know that started lobstering when they were 8, 9, 10 years old, going out with their parents?
Straight fact, in my graduating class, there was a handful of guys that I went to school with that straight up laughed at the guidance counselor because they go, "We already make more money than you do. Why are you telling us to go to college?"
Right.
Because they lobstered and they made more money than all the teachers. And here the teachers going, "You need to go to school." And they're like, no.
So Ken just said plastic pins came to Nova Scotia in 1962. So that's when it really started to go up. And again, like, I can only comment on what I've seen, and the fact is that bowling was more easily accessible back in the 80s and 90s for kids. You had almost every place had a kids league. Now in Maine, I mean, Belfast, I think, has one. Maybe. I think so.
Augusta has one.
one.
Bangor has one that Cole and Courtney run.
Yeah. Oxford Hills, or Stars and Strikes, I think, has one. And maybe Big 20.
Yeah.
That's it.
Newport has
Newport.
one.
Newport has one.
By the way,
Judy.
I don't know if we talked about it, but Jacoby Huff, he threw 126 string, and he's 4 or 5 or 6. Yeah. So congratulations to him.
That's
Yeah, Matt and Vanessa Huff, his parents, they put it up, and he threw 126, and he's.
I know, and it's.
He had a double, I think, didn't he?
I think so. It boggled. Yeah. So I know. in the I guess the other thing is it was very common back in the mid to late 80s, and I don't know how far into the 90s. A lot of your bowling lanes were using lane conditioner on the plates because it lasted all day.
It's the best stuff ever.
It moved, but it made things dirty. And people get a lot of complaints. So they started trying to find things that would not make your hands dirty.
Here's the thing:
And
soap and water at the half.
And it was everything from, I mean, I've known people that use Orange Glow to
Armor All.
Some people are using a mix of lane conditioner and Orange Glow. I don't know. There's so many different things that people are trying to put on the plates that will allow pins to move. I try to tell people that, back in the day, if you wanted open bowling and things like that, people wanted scores. Your average bowler, your house bowler, whatever, they want to come in and have fun. Well, what's more fun than throwing good sized strings? If you're a 90 average and you come in and throw 115, you're going to come back again.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're a 90 average and you come in and throw 65, does that really want to make you go back and bowl? So, sorry for your dirty hands, but I think proprietors would rather have people in there. Just my opinion. I don't know. I could be totally off base, and if there's a proprietor out there that would like to chime in, feel free, because I don't know the answer. I will tell you, I think Mark's doing a great job at 1710. Those pins were, they were moving, but you had to hit them. I didn't see much stealing off the quarter pins, but if you were in a pocket on the head pin, you were getting some breaks. So, let's see. Academy Lanes has kids leagues around 90 kids or even a little more. That's awesome.
That's great. I wish we had that in Maine.
That's fantastic.
I don't know if we have 90 kids in the whole state that bowl, honestly.
Calvin,
What's up?
I know you're busy.
That's a
question on
I
the
think
Canadian,
I know. Oh, go ahead.
Question on the Canadian side of things with Junior Bowl. They got rid of the AYB stuff,
AYB
right?
is done. Yeah, there is no.
So there is no. Are there kids leagues at all?
No. There's some people who are doing random little trying to get kids there, but it's not really doing much, I guess. But I don't know.
Greg, in theory, the pinning on the third ball should be interesting enough. Sure, for true bowlers, but not for your instant gratification of the masses. The masses don't care about the third ball. The masses care about strikes and spares because that's what they see on TV on ESPN when it comes to big ball bowling.
And unfortunately, if you don't have semi-automatic or automatic scoring, they don't even want to because they don't want to keep score.
Correct. So, intrigue and trying even the toughest houses, I got to be honest, and I can only speak for me. I'm beyond wanting to try tough houses now.
I love them. I had so much fun today.
I can tell. I can tell you had so much fun.
I did. I had a lot of fun.
Look,
that's only one of the F words I heard you use to describe what happened today.
I didn't say one F word.
That's because they were all in French.
No,
there's fun.
Christ the Tabernacle. No.
I didn't say I didn't mind. I would prefer not to bowl in a tough house now. That's just me personally. I don't enjoy going as a I can't even say what my average is right now, but let's say it was still a 125. It's not fun for me at 52 years of age to throw out of 10 strings how many balls is that? 3 balls a box. It's 30. That's 300 bowling balls to go out and throw 300 bowling balls.
It's a lot of bowling balls, man.
I know. It hurts. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Do you guys
even on your best strings, you're throwing at least 20.
do you guys think Swayman's going to be good again this year?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really?
I do, and I think he'll only get better because I think he'll probably get more opportunities this year.
Man.
The difference is, and this is what scares me about Swayman and Allmark, what scares me is the defense in front of them.
I know. That's what I'm wondering. Are they going to be able to take that many shots? I don't know if they will.
He's a main boy. He'll be good.
All right, go back to this.
So again, I should say we have bowled in some tough houses the last several years. Academy is a tough house. I don't care what anyone says. It's an honest house, but it's a tough house. Leda Lanes is a tough house. It's honest, but it's tough. That's where, again, that's where the worlds have been the last several years. The days of going up to Halifax Fair Lanes, where Halifax Fair Lanes is one of my all-time favorite houses. It will always be. I always found it fair, but I found it on the fast side.
Yeah.
And
it was always very fast, but it was still very fair. Like you still had to be in your pocket to get the decent.
So, the days of having 15 to 20 guys average 130 and more in the worlds, that's over and done with. Your houses are not set up to be that way anymore. Unless it goes down to 20 lanes or 20 teams and you start getting houses, like a 1-7-10 that has the ability, I'm not saying they would, but it's there. Or if it goes back to Bangor where, it has the ability to be a faster house. I'm not saying it is fast. I'm saying it has the ability to be. And I can't think of one in Massachusetts other than Millis that people would consider a faster house, and maybe Portsmouth. But Portsmouth doesn't have the lanes, and I don't think they'd take it. I don't think they'd take the tournament.
Yeah.
And I'd love it at Millis. My God, that'd be.
Oh, the scores would be.
That'd be great.
It'd be awesome.
I'm telling you, you had far more spectators watching, like a McLaughlin Truck and Trailer versus a USA East match back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, when they were throwing 1950 or 2000 or 2050.
Oh yeah.
Than going out and watching a 1725 to a 1650 match.
100%. You want to see the big games and everybody getting excited and get the scores going back and forth and people making shots and marks and everything. Yes. You want the excitement.
It's fun. It's I watched Godwin throw his 220 plus up in Halifax. It was fun. People were cheering. People were, they were around it. Phil's 235. You had Chip had just thrown a 200 string 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
Bangor. Yes, actually, Greg, that's a great point. And then it's a direct pace of play issue too. It is a direct pace of play issue. We used to be done. The men's worlds used to be done by 5:30, 6 o'clock every night. 6 was absolutely the latest it ever got done. Ever. And you were always the last one. If you were done at 6 o'clock, you were always the last one. It was always done between 5 and 6 o'clock. Yeah. And now we're not out of there most nights until almost 7.
Yeah, a lot of people take a lot more time than they generally should.
Yeah, it's less marks, honestly, I think.
It's less marks. They take more time. And honestly, I know people don't want to hear this, but it's bowling ball. Football takes a hell of a lot more time than just bowling.
Yeah, pick it up and go. Because now you got somebody waiting on the person. But that's that also has to do with like people can't, they get distracted easily. Like I know I've bowled with Justin Jones for 18 years, and he gets distracted by a bug on lane 27 when he's bowling on lane 12. Like he just squirrel. Like that kind of stuff that happens all the time where you can't, somebody runs down the lanes 4 lanes over and somebody stands up and goes, oh shoot, and now they slow down, and then the next person's like, okay, now it's my turn, and then the next person slows down, and it's just maddening sometimes.
But see, if you look at the Candlepin rulebook, the only thing that ever says anything about pace of play or anything regarding that,
when both bowlers are ready to go at the same time, the bowler on the right has the right of way.
that's it. That is it. It's not ball for ball. It's not box for box. It's when two bowlers are ready at the same time, the bowler on the right has the right of way.
Yeah.
So when I bowled the first 10 years that I bowled in the Worlds, we didn't bowl ball for ball with people. I might if I was bowling like, if I was bowling like against a Mike Morgan or, Gary Carrington or Chris Sargent or someone like that, Robbie Henderson, Chris Hollett, if I was bowling someone like that, then yeah, I might bowl ball for ball because they're throwing spares and strikes for the most part with tens, but it's going faster. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But no, Angela, it is not proper etiquette to bowl ball for ball and wait for the person on the right. Why the hell is that proper etiquette? Someone explain to me. I'm getting wound up. This is grinding my gears right here.
Hey, grind your gears. Grind them.
But it's not proper etiquette. I'm not bowling against. I'm not bowling. If I'm bowling against Brian, if Brian's my person on my, let's say I'm on the right, he's on my left, and he's who I'm up against. I'm not bowling against him. I'm bowling the pins. There is no defense in the game of Candlepin bowling other than an offense.
This is how the Canadian freeze-out came into being.
So I have personally no problem at all. If someone wants to bowl faster than me, I don't care. You bowl, you do you boo. It's like bowling John Bujo.
Yeah.
You want to press the button and throw your second ball your second box before I'm done my first? I don't care. Because I don't care what you do. I'm going to bowl my pace. I'm going to bowl my speed. I'm not going to bother the person on my right. I'm not going to bother the person on my left. I'm not cutting anyone off.
Yeah, 100%.
And Brian can tell you, he has, I don't know how many times I've bowled against him, whether it be league or a tournament or whatever. I have absolutely zero idea. If I'm bowling, and I'm truly bowling, I have zero idea what you're doing. Other than, are you ready to go or not? And Angela, if you get mad if someone pushes a button, that's on you. Because I'll
100%.
tell you right now, number one, I don't push a button in someone's face. If someone's getting ready to bowl, I don't push my button. I wait until after they release the ball, and then I'll push my button.
Right. That's courtesy.
Yeah, no, I'll do, like if I throw the ball and I get a strike and somebody's on my right and they've already thrown their first ball, well, I'm going to push my button because they're not going to be ready yet.
Right.
Like I'm not pushing it in your face and I'm not doing it to do anything. It's just that's just the way it's probably going to be.
And I completely get that it's a Nova Scotia norm, but it wasn't a Nova Scotia norm 25, 30 years ago. And don't tell me it was, because I bowled the world since 92. They pushed the buttons as quick as anyone else when we bowled the worlds. I do understand it. I just don't like it. And I follow it because that's what 95% of the people in the tournaments do and whatever. That, and frankly, I'm old now and I'm able to catch my breath more if I just go ball for ball with someone, or at least wait for them to finish their box.
Yeah.
God, that wound me up. Okay.
Yeah, good. Keep going.
So we're going to end it. We'll end it here. This is a good conversation for the next one. The next time, just as an FYI, folks, We have a couple of guests that we have coming on soon. We do have Cole Fry, Mark Weber, and Kerrigan Skinner that's going to be joining us. Mark and Cole bowl on Monday nights, so they are going to try to do a Sunday evening. That may be the next one where we also talk about the Worlds, because I'm pretty sure, is that the last one before the Worlds? I gotta look at my calendar.
Next one is the one, and then the one after is the Sunday before, or is the Monday of the Worlds.
And we won't have it. We won't have a show then.
Why not?
Hey, look, if you guys want to do the show, have at it.
I'm not doing this show. I'm not even going.
I am
No, me and you, Tim.
I'm gonna spend that Monday night enjoying myself.
Tim, you suck.
That's what you call it now?
What, enjoying myself?
Enjoying yourself?
I'm not bowling, so sure.
Yeah, you'll be bowling Tuesday.
I will be there.
You'll be bowling. You'll probably bowl the first match just so you can get it out of the way.
I doubt it. I don't know.
Okay.
So anyway, so we're gonna try for a Sunday evening. We'll have more information. I'm trying to work out the guests on that.
Because I have a podcast Sunday evening too.
Yeah, but that's just wrestling. I mean, I'm just kidding. It's a good podcast. If you guys ever want to listen to a fun podcast, you really should listen to Brian's podcast on Sunday evenings. They have fun with it. It's pretty cool.
It's a good time.
It is. Let's see. It's been so long, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh,
the
Ripping the Rack podcast. You can find us. You can send us your questions, comments, concerns to rippingtherackpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter, even though we very rarely tweet. I'm sorry, on X. Brian, would you like to give the disclaimer as well as where else they can?
Well, Tim, they can find us on Anchor, Breaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever else they listen to their podcast mediums. And as always, the views and expressions of Ripping the Rack podcast are those solely of Tim, Brian, and Calvin. If you do not like them, I do not have the voice to yell at you right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
So glad you make it, and welcome back home. And why could I call it X?
Because that's what Twitter is now.
No, I feel like he's just playing a words on there. That's what I. Anywho,
YYZ for the win.
Peace out. Thank you, guys.